We're back with another episode. We're back with another episode of Britt Says. And how are you guys doing? I hope you guys had an amazing last week and you guys are going to have an amazing week this week. And yeah, my week was cool, macho. I see, over here in my neck of the woods, people are definitely going out. Yesterday, I went to the heart of Williamsburg, where well, I gotta be mindful because I be checking the what's that called? Demographics, geographics. Something wrong with me, y'all. And I do see people from different states and countries are listening, so you guys don't know, but wherever you live. There's that place where everything is, where your Sephora, your Macy's, your Apple store. There's no Macy's in Williamsburg, but you know what I mean. So anyway, Williamsburg, Brooklyn. Yo, everybody was outside. The restaurants was full. Well, they had outside seating, outdoor seating. And it was taking up the whole block. I came out my car and I just hear talking. I was on the phone with my mother. I'm like, Mommy, the world is loud today. I literally said that. Isn't the world loud? You don't just hear people. I just hear people talking and there's nobody around me. I don't know. The world just sounds loud today. Oh, well, yesterday. That was Saturday. I went to go just pick up Shake Shack. I was like, I don't want to order Uber Eats and have to pay this unnecessary delivery fee. You be ordering Uber Eats, they be adding an extra $80 million onto your damn order. So I was like, you know what? Let me just go pick this shit up. Cause I ain't doing nothing. So I put some clothes on, got in my car, drove, picked it up. So I did that. That's nothing serious, but yeah, I just see even though it's a cute 60 over here, people are really going outside, and it's just making me think, oh my gosh, summer's gonna be crazy. And marijuana is now legal in New York City. Child. I rolled down my window to just get some air because I want to turn the AC. It's not AC weather yet, but sometimes it's still a little warm. So you just roll down the window. You can open the window. All you smell is marijuana. Pure marijuana. I'll say, child. That was the second time I did that. And oh my God, I had to take the train the other day. I may talk about this on the podcast, I don't know, but I drive, so I rarely take the train in New York City. So today I had to take the train because I had to go to Manhattan in the morning. In New York City, there's no parking in Manhattan on a weekday in the morning, period. You're gonna have to pay for parking, and the parking is mad bread. I'm talking about to park in a parking lot, you're gonna end up spending $40, even if you out for an hour. So I took the train. Child, you can put your debit card to pay for the train now. The train was sparkling clean. This is heavy news. Okay, people, I'm trying to always look in the lens. This is heavy news for New York. I couldn't believe the train was so clean. It did get a little weird. I was like, oh my gosh, this was such a successful train ride, because I was kind of nervous to take the train. I don't know why. I was being a weirdo. But on my way back, of course, somebody started harassing me. It's like, you can't win. You trying to have a good day, and then a man's going to harass you on the goddamn train. He started staring at me. I said, bitch. But me, I'm humble. So I'm like, just because somebody's staring at you, that doesn't mean they want to talk to you. Granted, he look a little crazy. So I'm like, he just could be staring. It's nothing that serious. But then it was getting weird. Then he started, moving closer to me. Not literally, close to my skin, but standing near me, standing by the door so he could make eye contact with me, and I wasn't trying to make eye contact, and I was tight because I'm the type of person, when I'm on a train, because the J train goes outside, I like to look out the window. So now I can't look up, because if I look up, then I might accidentally make eye contact with him. Then he eventually says something like, I like your shoes, I like your bag, and I'm just like, see, this is why I don't take public transportation. I don't deal with this bullshit. Well, technically when you walk outside a little bit, people still try to holler at you, but I just feel like the people on the train, the niggas on the train, be a different type of crazy bitch. So that kind of got me tight, because I was just because I was getting a little nervous, because he was a little off. He was giving me nutty. I was like, oh my gosh, is he gonna follow me home? I was getting a little nervous or whatever. But that didn't happen. The way I said was, thank you. The way I said it, I guess he was like, oh, she ain't interested. Yeah, I'm not. So it did get nutty on my way back home, but my way there was really, really good. And I was just like, everybody was like, you had fun on the train. I'm like, yeah, I didn't take the train in mad long. Like, I can't even remember. I think it was 2019. Like, I'm not capping. So, yeah. And it just looked clean. And I was just happy to see that as somebody who was a New Yorker. So, I did that. Today, I'm going out to eat. My makeup is not minimal, but I had wanted to do this different makeup look that I saw on Instagram. And I was like, girl, you going out. And I don't like to wear like, unless I'm going to a party or like an event, then yeah, I'll do like a beat face. But if I'm going out like to eat with a friend, I don't like my face to be too beat, if that makes sense, because it's not that serious for me. And I just like to look subtle. I don't like to be like, ugh. Usually my makeup calms down though, because I'm not going out till 4 and it's really early right now. So it will calm down and it won't look too crazy. Boy, oh boy, I had to get me some water. Like, my throat felt dry today. I don't like that. But anyway, so yeah, I don't like wearing too much makeup when I go out or whatever the case may be. Cause I don't know, I like wearing makeup, but not too much. So usually the makeup sits in. Like, if I do my makeup like early in the day, it'll sit in and it'll have this like chill, very chill look. But yeah, that was my week. My week wasn't too crazy or anything like that. I didn't do much. It didn't feel like a weekend to me. It feels normal. Like, my brother called me yesterday, and when he was talking to me, I felt like it was a weekday. And I was like, oh, it's Saturday. And so he brought it up. I was like, oh, and then that made me realize that's probably why I was so busy when I went to Williamsburg yesterday, because it was Saturday. But me, the way my life is set up, honey, I didn't know what day it is. But this week, social media was just so disappointing. It was between Kevin Samuels being on the Joe Budden podcast, and I was just like, first of all, I have this thing with Kevin Samuels where I'm just like, I just can't. Like, I can't. Like, I physically cannot. Like, I can't. Though I will say that, surprisingly, I know this might sound weird, it made me like him a little bit. Like, you know that emoji that go like real small? And let me tell you why. It made me like him and not like him, actually, more. Let me tell you why. Because towards the end, what I was learning was that he was really a black man. Like, and when I say a black man, when he said he used to work in corporate, any black person that has worked in corporate, I already know they have experienced so much trauma with white people that they have no choice but to be woke. Like, just shout outs to you if you worked in corporate and you black, or whatever the case may be. So he was just talking about certain things, and I could tell he was in tune with his blackness, because the way he shames black women to me, it was giving me he was like a man who just hates black women and maybe black people in general. So when he did that interview, it showed me, okay, he is condescending that he is black, and a little bit of him understands blackness. But my issue is that if you understand it, why are you doing this on the internet to black women? So it was giving me very much, he's cloudy, of course. He's very clout chaser-ish. He's cloudy, dowdy. And that's what made me not like him, is because it's like, dang, you would disrespect black women on your platform for money. Because he even spoke about, like, when I started learning, he said he started learning about the algorithm, learning about YouTube, learning about all these things. And, you know, now he learned, like, oh, I could make money off of this. And I feel like that's just what he's banking on, is just making money off of disrespecting the black woman. Like, period. Like, some people agree with some of the things he said. You know, I won't get into some of the things I agree, because it is going to become too big of a damn story. And I should bring it up now since it's relevant, but I'm not in the mood. Like, I'm really not in the mood, because I already know this podcast episode will be so long and just so problematic. I already got some problematics going on with my clip from Britt Says, what is it called? why Black people aren't jumping on the Stop Asian Hate train. Well, I got positive and good feedback from the video, so hey, whatever. Yeah. But I might do a topic on that one day on the podcast though. Just talking about like, I don't know, like the Black problematics. Look, I'm human, and even though I keep it real, I do get scared to touch certain topics. Look, and I like to tread lightly. Like last week's episode, we talked about therapy. I put a disclaimer in the video. I put a disclaimer on my clip from Britt Says last week. Clip that I put on Instagram from Britt Says. Follow me on Instagram _Brittstagram, because that's where we do all the fun stuff. I do polls almost every week. Sometimes I can't, edit everything out, but I always put up a clip from Britt Says the podcast, or whatever the case may be. Like that's like something I said I have to do. Just make sure I'm just like promoting the podcast. But anyway, so yeah, sometimes I do polls up there. I post some fun stuff that I do within the week and things like that. But yeah, Kevin Samuels, I just feel like, then I went, so him being on that podcast worked, because I was like, all right, let me go see what he be talking about on his, is it a podcast or is it like a show or a radio show? I'm not 100% sure what he does, but I used to just see clips on TikTok and on Instagram and stuff like that. I only saw clips of the shit that he says, and they're never good, so that just made me not like him. So then I watched, and it still made me not like him, to be honest, because he be ODing, and I don't like that. Like, I don't like it, It is some things that can be discussed, that can be talked about, but the thing, I don't know. I don't even want to talk about this man. But yeah, me and Kevin Samuels, like, I don't get along with him. I would love to call the show and just put him in order, line him up, tie him up, wrap him in a bow, and throw him in the garbage, honey. The type of person you get and don't want to fucking keep. Then on the internet, last week, a couple of weeks, what's new? Black men dying from the hands of police. Dwayne Wright. I forgot the other person's name. I'm so sorry, but what's going on. And, all that stuff is going on right now. It has been going on. And we're trying to fight for justice. The case for George Floyd is going on right now. It's so much prevalent stuff going on in the Black community, and just us trying to fight for justice. And then to go on Instagram and see the Shade Room post a conversation, a debate going on Twitter that you can't wear box braids for your birthday is really disheartening. And number one, I'm Brittany, so I do what the fuck I want. Period. Like, even when I wore wig, I never wore wigs, but when I wore weaves, I should say, because I was a weave girl. What's that called? Leave out girl. Your leave out be mad short. The rest of your hair be long type shit. And I always did what I want with my hair, you know what I'm saying? So I was always, even when I liked wearing weaves and stuff like that, like straight weaves, because box braids are considered weave too. But you know what I mean in that sense. I always do what I want with my hair. I wear whatever hairstyle I want on my birthday, bitch. Like, I wear fucking afro. I wear fucking gray hair. Bitch, if I was into colors, maybe I might wear green or red hair. That's just my prerogative. But it's just disheartening to say that, because it just goes back to the stigma of, like, we can't wear braids at work, or we when we do an interview, I'm like that. I'm not going to even front. Well, I used to be like that. I just be like, I got braids in my hair. I can't wear this certain style because I'm looking for a new job. So I would like make sure I wear like certain hairstyles or get certain hairstyles up until I find a new job. Like, I used to really be like that. Like, I remember I had like a curly weave. I miss that hairstyle. Maybe I might pop out with that in the summertime. But the thing is that my hair grew. I am so much, but hey, it's a pod. So the way I wear my hair, because my hair is natural, and I also, like I said, I don't wear wigs. Like, I just feel like I can't keep up with it. Like, when I've had a wig once for my friend's wedding, like, it just kept lifting up. And I just don't want to be one of those girls. Like, because I don't deserve to be disrespected because I'm not a part of a certain culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be the girl that people taking pictures of her wig lifting up. And it's not even to, and the real thing is because I don't know how to do it. Even if I YouTube it and I don't want to do it. That's the reason why. Like, so I don't want to be scrutinized for something that I'm not even an expert in, should I say. Now, if you see me out and my box braids is fucked up, that's me being Brittany. Like, I deserve the backlash that I get because I know better. But when it comes to a wig, if you see me and I'm fucked up out here, I don't deserve that backlash, period. But anyway, so I remember I had the wig and it just kept lifting up. Like, I had to like glue it down every day. It was just too much. So what I usually do is like, I get little box braids on the top, like very old school. Like, even when people see me get the hairstyle, they're like, yo, I used to do that back in the day. That is very early 2000s, early 90s. Like, because I have natural ass hair. Like, my hair is natural. Like I just the other day, I didn't realize, because I have to blow dry my hair. Well, some of these stylists, most of them require you to blow dry your hair before you braid it, which is mad annoying. But my hair string to the same length it string from when I had a TWA, bitch. Like, I blow dried my hair out. I couldn't believe my shrinkage game was so strong, considering that I blow dry my hair every 2 months, damn near. But I was just talking to some of these stylists and I was just telling them straight up, like, if I come back to you, I'm not blow drying my shit. Period. Back in the day, we did not have to blow dry hair. But anyway, long story short, I usually get box braids on the top and then I get the weave sewed in under because I have natural hair. I don't want to wear a wig. I don't want to do a leave out because all it's going to do is shrink up. So that's what I usually do. But the top of my hair grew so much that it's going to look weird. Like, the braid's going to be stopping to right here. Then the curly hair going to be here. Like, that's not going to look good. So I don't know what to do. But I do want like a curly weave. Like, I miss doing that hairstyle. But yeah, it was just disheartening to see, like, especially black. I don't know who started the conversation, but just black women to agree with that, like, oh, braids are not professional. And it's just like, you wearing a wig on your head, though. Like, I can see if you was wearing your natural hair and you're saying something is not professional. One could say a wig is unprofessional. Or, well, I mean, I don't think anything is unprofessional. I think whatever you want to do with yourself is what you want to do with yourself. But it was just like, damn, like, and then what was pissing me off is like that type of shit is what gives people like Kevin Samuels fuel for his fire. Because on the interview with Joe Budden, he was pissing me off. Like, for instance, he was saying stuff like, oh, these like women be wearing wigs and fake eyelashes and fake nails and fake toes. Those women is not getting married. That's not the type of woman that a man wants. And for me, my opinion was that, where are you getting these stats from? Because realistically, a lot of stuff you see on social media, that's not what you see outside every day. And I live in New York City, a big city. And to be honest, yes, do we wear lashes? Like, just like I told you, just in the beginning of the episode, like, I don't like wearing a lot of makeup outside. Most women, at least the people I hang around, even my friends, my family, if you step outside today, you might not see a girl with a fake ass. You might not see a girl with, well, you might see a girl with lashes on, but you won't see a girl with heavy ass makeup on, a wig on. Like, you know those wigs, the 360 with the late. I promise you, you rarely see girls go outside like that. So for him to say that would just piss me off. Yeah, when you go to a party or you go to an event, you're gonna try to get dolled up. It's an event. But for the most part, when I say, I rarely even see girls with their body done. Unless I go out. If I was to go to like... if I was to like go to like a party or an event, then maybe, yeah, I would see some girls with some fake butts. But it's very rare like that you just like... Yesterday when I went to go pick up Shake Shack, you're not gonna see it. I'm sorry. Like, I feel like the average woman, like, 10% of us literally wear big wigs, eyelashes, and makeup every day. I don't give a fuck what nobody says, honey. Unless you're going to an event, yes. But on an everyday basis, just to like do regular things, like go to Target and just be yourself. Even sometimes when you hang with your friends, if you go to a friend's house, you don't even put on mad makeup and all that shit. Like, for the most part, for me, the people I know, and just in general, when I leave the house, I feel like I feel like he was saying stuff and you could tell he was just not in tune with the culture. Like, it seems like he was so outdated. Like, the stuff he was saying didn't make sense. Like, it looked like he looked at social media and he creates a facade of what the black woman is like. Because, of course, on social media, we're going to put the best pictures of the pictures with our lashes on, our makeup, our hair, and all that stuff on. We're not going to put on a picture with us, like, looking mad playing. I mean, you can, because sometimes you can put a picture up with no makeup on and look gorgeous as fuck, like, which is not a problem. But I think he's looking at, like, IG models, like, you know, the girls with the body done, the makeup, the wigs, like, that's what he's basing his streamline of the black woman on. And I think even those girls don't probably go outside every day with makeup and wigs on. I really do. I really believe that. I really don't think that. And just saying that the marriage rate went down, we all knew that. The pool is shallow for men. That's just the reality of it. He was saying we want high value men. This shit he say HV, whatever the fuck you talking about. Like, there's not even that much of them out here like that. Let's be honest. And a lot of these high value men is really low value with big salaries. Let's keep it a fucking buck. It was something else he was saying. It wasn't just he was talking about, like, women, lashes, saying what our dress sizes need to be. Like, it be all size shaped girls getting cuffed up, wifed up, all that shit, getting niggas with money, getting broke niggas, getting niggas that ain't shit. Like, no matter what size you are, I think you can get whatever man you put your mind to. And we'll get into that today. But yeah, it was just given, like, he was just out of date, out of touch. He was saying, like, something with, like, women not being able to, having to do something with the house. And I'm like, something what he was saying, like, we don't make as much money. And I'm just like, you're very out of touch, because the black woman is, like, now overseeing the black man. Like, and he was saying, yeah, that happened this year during the pandemic. That been happening since, like, 2016. Like, the black woman has been excelling over not even just the black men, but just in general, just up there, top tier when it comes to money and education. So what is he talking about? Like, I feel like he's stuck in the 70s, bitch. Like, everything he was saying was not aligned with today. That was just my opinion. I felt like he was very out of touch. I feel like he was looking at social media, and the most things you see on social media that they try to push in an algorithm is bullshit and nonsense. You see the ghettos, you see the ratchet because you want to laugh. You see the big the plastic surgery bitches because you like seeing nice bodies. You see the tummy tea, the tummy tuck, the liposuction bitches. You see the wigs, you see the hair, you see the lashes, you see the nails, you see the shoes, you see the clothes, you see the Fashion Nova. Like, that's the type of shit that they pushing towards us. So that's what you seeing. Your algorithm ain't gonna push a regular girl on your shit. Because she's not the girl getting likes. She's not what's attracting attention. What gets pushed on our algorithm is the shit that people want to see. Okay? So you're looking at a very small majority of the woman. You know what I'm saying? So, whatever. But I did think in a certain spectrum too, when he was like, and this could be problematic, where he was like, a man doesn't want those girls with the big wigs and the lashes and the nails and the toes. And I do be thinking that sometimes too, because I think Ish or Ice, I know that their name is Ish and Ice on the podcast now, and they're doing a really good job on it, but I just don't know who's Ish and who's Ice, which is mad funny to me. But he was like, it's true though, you do see, like, these IG models, they're not married, and maybe they don't want to be married. Not everybody wants to be committed, and I get that. But you don't see them even in a relationship or with a boyfriend or girl, whatever the fuck they do, because you just be, flip-flopping, you feel me? But yeah, I mean, you rarely ever see them in a relationship. And, like, even some of the girls, like, that I even seen around that are usually mad extra, like, they feel like they gotta be pretty 24/7. When not even pretty, I don't want to say pretty, because you could be pretty without makeup, but just gotta be dolled up constantly. Like, girls I know that just pay so much attention to their looks. I feel like they just not paying attention to their personality, to who they are, loving themselves, and they often are alone. And I think it's a deeper issue. So I do agree with him in that aspect. Like, but then again, I don't get how that correlates with why a man doesn't want that woman. I don't think they don't want her per se. Maybe I think they just lack personality. If a girl that was dolled up every day had personality, maybe he would want her. I don't know. I'm not a man. But I do notice that. I could agree to that. Like, usually those girls is not, what you often see wifed up or girlfriend up or whatever. So, whatever. That went on longer than I expected. What else I wanted to talk about this week? The freaking vaccine. Y'all have to stop. We have to stop. We have to stop. We have to pray. We have to pray. We have to pray. It's just like, I feel like everybody is saying, like, the people who don't want the vaccine are bullies, and then the people who did get vaccinated, they're bullies, and it's just like this clash. Like, I feel like constantly lately in America, everything is a battle with us. Like, it's Biden versus Trump supporters. It's fucking mask versus no maskers. It's fucking COVID exists versus the COVID does not existers. Like, we always beefing with each other, like, over some bullshit. Like, vaccines been out for so many years, and some people take them and some people don't. Didn't nobody never argue over it. The flu vaccine been out for I don't know how long, and for years, some people take it and some people don't, and we don't give a fuck. And I understand that why it's so important in contrast to the flu vaccine is because the COVID vaccine is allegedly going to get us out of this situation that we're in. And we're in, America is in some bullshit right now, because of COVID. So that's why everybody is on everybody's ass about getting it. But at the same token, I just feel like you got to respect that. Like, if somebody doesn't want to get it, you can't get mad that somebody doesn't want to get the vaccine. Like, I really feel like that. Like, you feel me? Like, I don't want to be an anti-vaxxer. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I feel like if you want to go get the vaccine, by all means, go get the vaccine. That is your choice. I'm not one of those people, but, some people saying, like, it takes a long time to, develop medicines and study bacteria and study diseases and these things like that. And it's just like, okay, y'all built that shit in 9 months? Well, bitch, if you're going to build a COVID vaccine in 9 months, respectfully, can you build a vaccine or a cure for cancer? Like, that's the type of time I'm on. And not only that, cancer has received so much money and donations just for science in general. And it's just like, what's the tea? So it's just like, that's my thing. And I just feel like I'm not being an anti-vaxxer. I'm not promoting you not to go get the vaccine. If you got the vaccine, shout outs to you, your vibe, like, whatever. I'm just saying my opinion. Also, yes, CDC and everybody put out all these things like, oh, the vaccine does this, the vaccine does that, but I do feel like they don't know everything, and that's okay. As a scientist, as a researcher, it takes time to really learn and just get into the nitty-gritty of things and understand things. Science is an everyday thing that we're trying to fully grasp, period. Just in general, like just global warming, diseases, chemicals, products. Like you can relate science, even the way they build cars, and like now they have the Tesla and this and that, and it's just like, these things take a long time to evolve. Just even you could think of like from when we didn't have the internet, when we had broadband, so now we have Wi-Fi. Like, these things are technology and science in one. And these things take time to develop. So if somebody doesn't feel comfortable getting, the vaccine, that's on them. And if some of y'all feel comfortable, because in hindsight, you could look at it another way. You could say that science is dope. Science is lit. If you put a group of scientists together, I'm pretty sure to make the vaccine, they didn't have like one. We got scientists all over the world so that they could get it done faster. That's one of my other theories too, for people who do want to get the vaccine, is like, I'm pretty sure that they got a lot of people together, like, and really just had them all sit down. Like, y'all can't think about nothing else. Y'all can't learn nothing else. What y'all have to do is figure out this vac. And yeah, so I just feel like everybody's being weird about it, and I don't like the energy. I feel like the anti-vaxxers is the ones getting the most smoke, but the people who got backed up be acting shaky too. Like, relax. Like, if you got it, you got it. Like, respectfully, like, nobody's upset that you got the vaccine. Like, do you want to fight? Like, it's okay. But you can't get mad if somebody don't want to get the shit. You know what I'm saying? And then now it's like things going on where they saying you got to get a third shot. I don't do shots in general. So you're not going to tell me I have to get 3 shots, period. Like, honestly, I was on that Johnson & Johnson wave. Now they on some funny shit. Now they on recall. Allegedly, because the Johnson & Johnson is only 1 shot. Everybody wasn't fucking with Johnson & Johnson because of the whole baby powder thing. And they put talc in it, and that could cause cancer. So, ciao. Everybody was fucking with Johnson & Johnson. Now Johnson & Johnson on recall, bitch, because it's saying it's giving people blood clots. Okay, Johnson & Johnson said, I want the blood clot. Una want vaccine. Not 2 shot, 1 shot, 1 and done. Yo, Johnson & Johnson is giving you Jamaica. It's giving you St. Vincent. It's giving you Barbados. Labor Day. Carnival. Yo, Johnson & Johnson is actually talking my language. That's what I want to do after I get the vaccine. I want to go to Carnival. I want to go to Toronto in August, bitch. Like, what's up? Like, they on my type of time. Like, maybe when they come back out, I might get it. No, I'm just playing. I'm playing. See, this is why bitches like me can't have a platform because I play too fucking much. But yeah, Johnson & Johnson is giving vibes, like, respectfully. It's giving Bahamas. It's giving Barbados. It's giving our blood clots. Go on. Not Johnson & Johnson giving the people blood clots. It's too much. It's just too much. It's too much. It's too much. And it's not funny. Shout outs. I don't know if I should say shout outs. Shout outs to the people who got blood. I don't know what to say. But if you did get a blood clot, everything's gonna be fine. God gonna push you through it. It's okay. Johnson & Johnson's on recall right now, and everything's gonna be fine. Like, shout outs to Pfizer, shout outs to Moderna. Like, we shouting them out, everybody. Shout outs to the vaccine. Shout outs to people who got vaccinated. Shout outs to people who didn't. Period. Something wrong with me. Like, I'm really convinced. But yeah, I just want to say, whatever you decide to do, because, I don't know how it is for other states. Is it like that? I know May 1st in New York City, everybody's eligible to get it, But I just want to say, everybody needs to chill the fuck out. Every minute, y'all want to beef about something. Like, every 5 minutes, we beefing about something. Every 5 minutes, this country. But yeah, so if you get backed up, shout out to the vaccine. Gang, gang, gang. If you decide not to, shout out to you. Gang, gang, gang. And yeah, let's move on. Let's get along. Let's just see what we could do to try to get out of this. That's just all I'm saying or whatever. But what are we talking about this week? What are we talking about? We're going to be talking about the law of attraction. Yes. And manifestation. And all that good stuff. And yeah, so for me, I do believe in, the law of attraction and manifestation. And it's annoying. It can be very annoying sometimes. You got to really be careful of what you think, what you say. I do believe also too, death is in the power of the tongue. That's in the Bible. And things like that. Just like watch what you say and watch what you do. And like I've seen it so many times. Just with people, even me sometimes, certain things I've said or believed in my head, I have seen it come to fruition, I should say. I really do feel like I wish I was better at manifesting, because like sometimes I be trying to like manifest things and it dead don't be coming to like fruition. Like it don't be coming to life like I wanted to. So I think I'm playing too much. I think too, our bodies and spirits know when even if we say something loud, because a lot of people think like manifestation is just like saying something aloud, right? But you could say something and not really believe it. And I think our body and our spirits know when we don't really believe it. Like, manifestation is not just like, oh, say it out loud and it's gonna happen. No, you gotta really say that shit and really believe it and really be ready and really be prepared for it. And I really be feeling like that. Like, sometimes I say and do things that I'm not really ready or prepared for. So yeah, sometimes I feel like I say things and do things that I'm really not prepared for, or maybe my body feels like it's not prepared for, or like I feel like we all have a tendency to do that sometimes. So I think it's important to understand that too, is like you can't just manifest something by saying it. Like you can, but you gotta really believe that shit, like, and be ready for everything that comes along with it. And I think that too, like with God, like He don't put you in those situations you ain't ready for. Even if you want to do something, you may feel like you're ready for it, but you really ain't. And that's when that door might have to close on you, or you may have to be put out of a situation, or things might happen so that you don't do the things that you feel you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So before most topics, what do we like to do? Expand our minds. Expand your mind, expand your mind, expand your mind. And this is an article on www.verywellmind.com titled, "What is the Law of Attraction?" And it is written by Elizabeth Scott, M.S. Goldman. So, what is the law of attraction? The law of attraction is a philosophy suggesting that positive thoughts bring positive results into a person's life. While negative thoughts bring negative outcomes, it is based on the belief that thoughts are a form of energy and that positive energy attracts success in all areas of life, including health, finances, and relationships. While the law of attraction has generated attention in the recent years due to the books like The Secret, it lacks scientific evidence for its claims and is generally viewed as pseudoscience. The laws of attraction. Advocates suggest there are essential universal principles that make up the law of attraction. Like attracts like. This law suggests that similar things are attracted to one another. It means that people tend to attract people who are similar to them. But it also suggests that people's thoughts tend to attract similar results. Negative thinking is believed to attract negative experiences, while positive thinking is believed to produce desirable experiences, which is true. Nature abhors a vacuum. This law of attraction suggests that removing negative things from your life can make space for positive things to take their place. It is based on the notion that it is possible to have a completely empty space in your mind and in your life. Since something will always fill the space, it is important to fill that space with positivity. Proponents of this philosophy say, the present is always perfect. Wow, okay. This law focuses on the idea that there are always things you can do to improve the present moment. While it might always seem like the present is somehow flawed, this law proposes that rather than feeling dread or unhappiness, you should focus your energy on finding ways to make the present moment the best that it can be. That's a lot. To me, it is. Like, I feel like that was a long read. But I feel like in a weird way, these things are true. Like, you ever thought something negative was gonna happen and then it dead ass happened, like, or be positive? And also, even if, let's say, like people say it is pseudoscience, if you come into a situation with negativity, it's gonna be negative. Like, if you're ready, that's why sometimes I don't like reading reviews or hearing reviews on like a movie or a show, or even like when I go to a hotel or vacation, I hate hearing reviews, or I take everything with a grain of salt, because I feel like everybody's experiences is different. And I noticed that, like, if I already heard something was negative, then we gonna make it negative. That's why sometimes, like, when I go out, I'm like, let's not think about it. Let's not talk about it. Let's not, overthink it, because now it's gonna feel like a negative experience. Like, we're gonna start over analyzing everything based off of the things that we read online, and just, it's gonna make it negative. Like, you're gonna believe the things that you read online when actually those things might not even be happening. Does that make sense? Like, that's why I don't really like to read reviews. Like, I do it sometimes. Like, the other day I almost did it, and I was just like, Brittany, that person's experience may have been different from yours. You don't know what it was like getting there. Maybe they missed their flight. Maybe they when they were late for check-in. So many things could have happened that could have altered their mind frame for that whole trip that they're not even privy to. So they might be just creating a negative narrative because they came into the situation negative. But for you, it might be positive. You know what I'm saying? The other thing that I really, want to talk about too is that the president is always perfect. Now, that's very deep to me because it's a good way of thinking, because you can go into life just being like, yo, just be positive, be a positive person, and just try to like lead your life through positivity. Even when indeed bad things happen, you could try to see the good in it. You could try to bounce back from it positively. The future is always good. It can always be good. I think I do believe that even when it's bad, just being in a situation that's bad and bouncing back from it is positive. And that's what a lot of people don't understand, is like, I think people like, everything isn't positive. Negative things happen. People pass. Bad things happen. People lose things, and you go through this and that, but you can bounce back from it. And that's what's so positive, is that you always have a fresh start. You always have a new beginning. You know what I'm saying? And it could get bad again, but you can still get back up as long as you breathing. You feel me? And I really do like that. I really do enjoy that ideology. I didn't even really know that, but the president is always perfect. This little focus on the idea that there will always be things you can do to improve the present moment. And that's a big fact. Like, you can always, in hindsight, make things better. Like, for real. And I really enjoy that. I enjoy that statement, because you can always, make things better. Like, but a lot of people don't see that, and that's how you're being negative. You're attracting negativity. You're making things worse. You go through something bad, then next week you're going through something bad again, and then the following week, because you just still negative. You still so mad. And I'm not saying it's easy to get over something that happened that's negative. Obviously it's not, but just at least trying, instead of, like, how people go into negative situations and then they come out these mean, angry, disgusting people. And when you mean, you angry, and you disgusting, your whole life is gonna be mean, angry, and disgusting, bitch. Your attitude determines your latitude. So some people go into negative situations and then they just come out negative, period. Like, they just remain like, yo, I hate life. This shit happened to me. I'm about to be an asshole. And you just kind of just attract the negativity. Like, negative people will be mad negative. Like, you're negative as fuck. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, negative people be negative as fuck. So it's just like, that's why you got to get those people out your life. Also, clearing space and making room for positive things, like the law of attraction, take negative things out to put room for positive. What if you take something negative out and put something new negative in there? That be happening, because we kind of attract the same things often, like the things that we like. Like they were saying, like attracts like. Like, I feel like sometimes we do attract people that act just like us, but I also have seen people attract people who are kind of very different from them. And those relationships are usually not, I mean, in terms of like friendship, I've seen that, like, really, when people are really opposites. But then again, people be kind of being like each other, because like, I feel like sometimes I'm not like my friends to the T, but then certain things I'd be like, yo, we're mad similar in that aspect. Does that make sense? So I don't know, but I do believe that, one, I feel like I jumped everywhere. Let me stop. One, to manifest things, to attract things you want, you gotta say it and believe it. Like, a lot of things that I've wanted, I would pray to God. Like, I would like set a certain standard for myself, even to the point, like, I would follow, like, when I wanted a husband, I wanted to be married, I wanted like a family, I wanted to move out, I wanted to like, I just wanted to adult, even though adulting is hard, and it's just like, who wants that? Like, I wanted those things. I would literally like start following Instagram accounts that had like the Black Man Can. Like I would look at weddings, I would look at relationships. I even started, this is around the time too, I even like gradually shifted from just watching only like makeup YouTube videos to, for some weird reason, finding myself like in family channels. Like it was like a weird transition, like literally, like I don't even know how I fell into it, but I fell into it. And that's why I'm so heartbroken that like Latoya Forever and her husband is like divorced, because it was like, they were like, to me, one of the first family channels that I got into. And mind you, I got into the game late of enjoying family channels. So I even started watching family channels. What else? My intentions was just different. Like I just like started liking relationship type shit. Like it was weird. Like I remember distinctively, like my format just changed completely. Like just the things I enjoyed. Like, and then I felt like I enjoyed it so damn much, I attracted it. Like I really believe that. Like, and I used to pray, and it used to be so funny. I was such a funny prayer. I always tell people, like, I used to pray to God, like, God, please just give me a man. I just want a man with some sense. I want him to be cute too, but I just want a man with some sense. Please, I want him to have a job. Like I used to be like trying to be like chill, but then I would just be extra, and I'd be like, I want him to be tall. I want him to be this, and I want him to be that. So I think God was funny because my husband is shorter than me. So I think he was just funny, like, let me see if this little idiot though is going to take him something I gave her that she asked for and throw it away because he's short. Let's see how stupid she is. And I didn't. So whatever. But yeah, I used to really pray on it, and I don't know why, because I was just tired. Like when I was dating, like it was just becoming too much. And like I was talking to my friend too the other day, and I was like, God forbid anything happen between me and Femi, I said I think I would try to get another relationship. Like I would try to find another husband. Like I was like, maybe for 6 months, obviously I would stay single, but my next goal would be like, you know how someone would be like, I'm not getting married again. I'm not doing this. I enjoy being in a relationship. I enjoy the non-headache of dating, even though sometimes I see how dating could be fun because I've lived that life. But I was like, I would definitely probably chase another relationship. But I said I would give myself 6 months because you need time to heal. Some of y'all bitches just be breaking up with niggas and give on another nigga. Like, relax. Like, heal. That's your problem. That's why you keep attracting shit. Cause you ain't even let the negativity of your last relationship just breeze out of you. You just jumping into something again. Like, relax. But yeah, so I feel like I kind of attract that. I used to make a Pinterest board with like, and I used to hate women like this. With a wedding, I made a Pinterest board of a wedding. I made a Pinterest board. It was called Brittany Moves Out. Like I used to like literally, maybe I used to be good at manifesting. Like I need to do that again. Like I want to pick up those traits. So like some of the things I used to do, like I said, was obviously I used to pray. And I used to be dead serious though. Like I feel like sometimes when I ask for stuff lately, I'm not, like I'm serious, but I'm scared. In the same way, in the same token, like I'll ask for things, but I'll be scared to get it. And I think that the universe and God knows that we're afraid and we're not ready and they don't give it to us. So you got to be careful with that. Because you could say, and let's say you're saying, I want to be a big star like Beyonce. But your spirit, you scared. You scared of that type of fame in your spirit. And they know. God knows. The universe knows, like, you ain't built for that shit yet. Are you built for scrutiny on the internet? Are you built to be called the ugly bitch? Are you built to be called the black ass bitch? A fat ass bitch? Like, are you really built for that? Are you really built? Like, you know what I'm saying? I know some people can say, well, it's a lot of celebrities that aren't built for that, and then they commit suicide. And it's like, but in that moment, they were built. Like, they were at the top tier. They were doing it. They were thriving. They were striving. Like, you know what I'm saying? And maybe different things succumb them. And maybe you could manifest something, I feel like, and then when you get into the situation, right, you start manifesting new things that you shouldn't. Like, just getting attracted to drugs and women and men. And And like you're constantly manifesting and attracting things you don't need to attract. You get what I'm saying? So that's the other thing is like God may think you're ready, or the universe may think you're ready, but then when they put you in these situations, all of a sudden you're manifesting other unnecessary stuff that they didn't even plan for you to even do. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, so I just feel like I think the world knows when you're not ready. Like, should I be transparent? Okay, I'll be transparent because when am I not these days, right? Like sometimes I'll be manifesting like I want the podcast to get big. I want the podcast to get big. I want Britt Says to be this. I want Britt Says to be that. And then, sometimes I do get scared. I get nervous of like, what is it? Like, or meeting other people that I looked up to or that I used to watch their podcast. Like, what if I met them in person? How would it be? How would I be in an interview? Like, even when I'm like, in certain situations where I'm in a group with people I don't know, I get hot, I get sweaty, I get nervous. So I'm just like, I don't want to be sweaty around people when I'm doing an interview or something like that. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like little stuff like that I always think of. And see, like, I'm thinking like, I want this, but in the other token, I'm thinking like, I don't want to be sweaty in an interview. Like, so it's like, I feel like I'm manifesting what I want, but I'm also being negative, right? I am. Because I'm saying I want this, but I'm like, oh, I might be sweaty in interviews. Oh, I might be weird around people that I meet that are affluent. I also think too, will I be able to answer all these emails? Like, I'm really like that. Like, I'm really, really like that. Like, would I be able to do a photo shoot? Like, how do celebrities do it? Like, I be trying to do photo shoots in my house. I was doing mad good. Do a photo shoot for a week. I bought some outfits. Still haven't did the photo shoot. Like, I'm really like that. Like, I really, really, but I'm thinking, like, if I was to reach a high point, I would obviously have a team that would help me. Like, maybe I would have a makeup artist. I wouldn't have to do my own makeup. Or I wouldn't have to deal with all the things I'm dealing with presently if I was to reach a high point. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but I'm being negative, though, when I'm thinking like that. I'm being negative. I'm saying I want this, but on the other hand, I'm like, can I even handle that? So now I'm not going to get it. That's my belief. I really believe that. That's why, certain things are taking place. But I'm going to be, it's hard not to think like that. I'm going to try not to, though. I've been working very hard from what I used to do. In certain things I used to do, like I literally post up every week. Like I make sure I get the podcast done and things like that. But I do have, like they said, negative thinking is believed to attract negative experiences, while positive thinking is believed to produce desirable experiences. And like I said, if you gonna manifest some shit, you gotta manifest it to the T. Nature abhors a vacuum. This law attraction suggests that removing negative things from your life can make space for more positive things. Now, have I ever done this? I feel like I say this too. I'm the type of person, well, I don't think I'm like that no more. Well, I used to be. Well, I'll stay in something negative for too damn long. And then God, he does something extreme for me to leave because I don't listen. That's my theory or whatever. So, but I do notice that when I do leave those negative situations, things, of course, though, that's like, some of these things are like so to the point, and it's like, why don't we listen? Like, of course, if I leave a negative situation, positive things will happen. So why do we stay in negative situations? Like, that is like, I feel like when I say it aloud, I don't need to read a book to tell me that. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that should be clear as day. Like, if I leave a negative situation, something positive will happen out of that. Like, I'm just going to be able to breathe better probably even, bitch. Like, just my blood pressure go down. My stress level will go down. Like, that's so obvious. And will positive things come in? Yeah, if you allow it. But like I said, you can still attract something negative to go in that space. But I think momentarily, those pressures and issues, they do go away, and you can eventually really just put positive things in that negative circle. You can if you take negative things out, you can put positive in. And it's hard. is really, really hard. And I know some of y'all like, I took negative things out of my life and then brought other things in and it was not positive. But you don't know that because some of y'all is always looking at the negative. Just because you came out of a negative relationship and then ended up going back into another negative relationship, maybe that wasn't the positive that you put in that space, girl. Did you forget that you got a new job as well as a new man, even though he wasn't positive? Did you forget that maybe you won some money also after you left his ass? Did you forget you lost a little weight in a healthy sense after you left him? Like, you just thinking of the negative things that happen. Negative things will come ever so often, unfortunately. But I do believe that if you empty some negative things, positive things will happen. And just clear your mind space and your head space. Like, I wouldn't say negative per se, but I have let go of things that I didn't feel were suitable for my life. And I see the difference tremendously. Like, just for me in general, like, and I don't like calling everything negative because negative is harsh too. Negative is very slept on, very underrated for harshness. Like, I feel like people just focus on the word hate. I don't feel like some things are just not, I wouldn't say negative, is just not suitable for your life or for what you're trying to do. That person or thing may be a positive person, but not for your journey or life. I'm mad the way I'm talking because I'm trying to like say it the right way. So a person could not be negative. Like, I feel like I'm a positive person, right? But maybe who I am doesn't suit their lifestyle. And I be feeling like that. I feel like that actually sometimes. I've felt like that. Not like that now. But I have felt that certain people, you know, that I was around, like, I feel like I'm a positive person and they might want to just keep me around because I'm positive, but we're not even the same. Like, you don't want me around. Me and you don't even like the same shit. You feel I'm fun. You like, I felt like that sometimes. Like, people like, this person fuck with me, but they don't even really relate to me. Y'all ever felt like that? Like, I feel like me, I'm like fun, outgoing, da 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 da. I feel like sometimes people want to just be around you because they feel like it makes sense. Like, she's fun, but you're not really like my type of fun. You get what I'm saying? Like, do you like to be turned up? Do you like me being loud? Do you like me being tall? Do you like me being woke as fuck? Do you like that? Or you just want to be around it? And sometimes you gotta let that go. I feel like I'm a positive person, but me and you just don't relate. As friends, relationships, dating, we don't align. We just don't. You know what I'm saying? I just don't feel we're the same. We're 1 and 2. Like, you want me around because it sounds good. Like, it seems like a good idea. Like, let me keep this person around. But me and her don't really relate. Like, I felt like that with certain people. Like, why the fuck you hang with me? Me and you. Like, and some people, like it's weird though. Like, certain people too, you really are just like them, but they just ain't shit. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Like, me and you, like, I can hang out with you. We gonna have mad fun when we go out. When we chill, we be having fun. But you negative as fuck. And that happens too. And it's like, fuck. When we hang, like, they the type of person as me on a social level, but on a spiritual level, we not the same. Y'all ever experienced that? Like, on a social level, we the same, but on a spiritual level, we not the same. And then there could be people where you feel like on a spiritual level, y'all the same, but on a social level, y'all not. And that's very real. Like, I feel like when I say spiritual or personality-wise, social, for people who just not in tune with spirituality and religion or whatever, but personality-wise, like, how can I explain? Like, you could really click with somebody in a sense of when you're around them, they make you feel a certain energy or goodness, but y'all just don't relate. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Y'all ever been through that? Like, y'all just don't relate. Like, you around them and you like, I like being around this person, but we just don't relate. Like, it's a weird thing. I wish I could talk about it in depth, but I have experienced that where I'm just like, this person, when I'm around them and I just like how they are and they're cool, but we don't relate. In this weird way. You know what I'm talking about? Like, we don't relate. We don't like, we might like some of the same music or something, like little things, but in terms of the type of parties they like, the type of parties I like, or the type of shows I watch, the type of things. And not to say that y'all have to like everything the same for you to be friends with a person. Like, no, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying like sometimes people just don't correlate. Like some people, for instance, I'm not like that at all. Some people, I don't even want to use that example actually, but I might. But then you can think of that on a deeper level though, too, though. That's interesting. But still, okay, let me say it because I'm already in too deep. Let's say, for instance, like, you got a friend that's married with kids, and then you got the single friend who's like mad, turned up, lit. Me, I've been single for longer than I've been in a relationship, so I like to turn up regardless. Like, I'm one of those, the married friend that don't mind turn up. Even if I had my kid, I would still wouldn't mind going out. And there's parents like that. You see them on the internet and then they get judged. But that's a different conversation. So sometimes I feel like people, and not any of my friends, because I told y'all in a couple of podcasts, people be watching my podcast and they be trying to say I'm talking about them. Please do not correlate this with you. I'm talking about stuff I see on the internet. Like, even I listened to a podcast and it was a married couple, and it was saying how like they don't hang around single people. So that's why I'm bringing this up. And it was just saying they just don't, because they don't feel like they can relate, and they just don't. You shouldn't be around that type of energy. Blah 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 blah. That's why I'm bringing up this topic. Actually, well, the reason why I don't want to say what podcast it was, because I could be being a little vague in my terminology and how they said it, but it was damn near that's what they said. They was like, hang around other married couples. Boom. Moving forward. So I just feel like sometimes like married, let's say your friend gets married, she has kids, she has a job, her husband has a job. They just have this white picket fence life. And then, single friend, she might have her shit together. She might still be a city girl. You feel, but sometimes when people get married and settle down and have kids, they be like, oh, we're 30. We shouldn't be doing that. Who the fuck said I can't go out and party and wear and be cute and be that girl and I'm fucking single, bitch? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm a certain age, I can't do certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes people who are married or with kids or mothers and parents, they're very judgy, and or it may not be judgment. Maybe that's really who you are and how you feel. Maybe you as a married person, you and that single friend just don't relate no more, but you like them because you like their energy. Like you like a married person might like a single person's energy. Like, I like being around craziness every once in a while. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, she likes her energy. Like, yes, I love her energy. But me and you don't have the same things. Like, I can't get jiggy with you. You get what I'm saying? Like I just like, I'd like just being around you, maybe because I live vicariously through you. But then, but I don't want to. When we go out to eat or go out to do things, it's just not fun. Like, I can't hold a conversation with you. I can't relate. I feel like that's not a reason to maybe dub a friend completely, but you might have to just take them out your life if that's how you feel. Like, they were saying that, like, some people, they don't hang around no more. They only hang around married couples. And I respect it in a sense of, what are you keeping these people around if you're not really entertained by them? You just want their energy on you. Like, it's weird. That's weirdo shit to me. Like, and I feel that way too with like people. Like, I'm just like, we don't have much in common. Like, you just like, sometimes, you could just be so fun and spunky and people just like, I should have a fun and spunky friend. Like, bitch, you don't like me. Like, you like me, but you don't. Like, I don't know. That's weird. I don't even know if that falls in the topic of what we're talking about, but yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking about that the other day too. I be thinking about mad stuff and I be forgetting to write down like certain topics. But yeah, sometimes you can, you just gotta let certain people go or just fall back. That's still the same as letting go. Like, you don't have to keep somebody around because they're fun and spunky. You're not fun and spunky, bitch. But yeah, you don't have to keep somebody around for that. Like, create a new space, and you can get a friend that, you know, that is married with kids, and they're just like you, though, because you could be married with kids and still be a fun and spunky person. I'm not saying that you're one way. That's not true. I know people married with kids that's still fun and spunky. The fun and spunky is pissing me the fuck off. Like, who taught me the word spunky, and why am I saying it today? But I'm just saying, like, if you are that type of wife and husband, because even husbands could be like that too, then get friends like that. Like, that's what I felt like in that podcast. Like, she had friends that couldn't relate, and she had to let them go, and it makes sense. Like, and she brought, you know, made room for new friends where she could talk about the things her husband do and her kids do, like, you know, and they could just relate in that aspect and things like that. Like maybe that's what just what she likes to talk about, and what he and she likes to talk about, and what he and she likes to do. So I'll be feeling that way too. And then I feel like too, when I make space and take out those unnecessary relationships and just unnecessary friendships, like I'm talking about just in life. Like in life, I've worked so many places and been around people, and then try to make these friendships work, and people invite you places and you go, and it's just like, we kind of just fuck with each other at work. Like, it's no need for us to go out. It's no need for you to call me. Like, we're not friends like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I used to do that when I was younger. I used to just create these like weird friendships, and it's just like, it's not a thing. It's not a thing. You and this person don't relate. The only thing y'all relate to, that's another good ass example. The only thing y'all relate to is complaining about work. Now you trying to make a friendship out of it, and it's like, so I just feel like we do need to reevaluate some of our friendships and relationships. I'm not saying dead people completely or whatever, but just, yeah, so you can make room for things. Because now you friendships is like a damn job, and relationships and shit. So now you done put this friendship in your duties when you could have been doing other shit. Now you on the phone gossiping all damn day when you could have been writing a fucking book, bitch. You could have started your podcast, bitch. I literally learned that in 2020 too. This year, like, half the shit I used to do was so fucking time consuming, and this is why I'm able to do the podcast once a week on time and edit and do like a lot of shit I used to do. This is why I couldn't keep a fucking business. It's not about going to work. It's not about that. It's about making the right decisions and choices, just like constantly talking on the phone for 10 hours. And I already know I'm not good at multitasking. Maybe watching TV for too damn long. Like, girl, relax. You know, like so many things I realized when I really sat down. I'm like, bitch, this shit is time consuming. Certain shit is just like, you gotta let it go, and you're gonna bring positivity in your life. New businesses, new ventures. You know what I'm saying? Or you might attract a fucking damn manager or assistant, bitch. You done took out the person you get lollygagging with. Now you got a manager, assistant, who somebody with a same mind frame as you business wise, and they can help you with business ideas and decisions. And now y'all done linked up, bitch. Like, you opening yourself to new situations, and yeah, yeah. Like that's a different topic. A lot of us, like, that's a big topic. I feel like, I don't know. I don't think it's often discussed, but I had to learn that too. You know, it's not something that's easy to, you know, learn. And how to practice law of attraction. In this article, they said, be grateful, visualize your goals. I always do that. I love visualizing things. That's another topic too. Oh my God, so much topics. Look for the positives in a situation. It's really hard to do that, I know, but it's very doable. Learn how to identify negative thinking. See, I did that today on the podcast. And that'll be helpful. Use positive affirmations. Reframe negative events in a more positive way. The reason why a lot of people cannot nail this, because these things are actually really hard. Reframe negative events into a more positive way. First of all, people hate that. Like, I feel like too, like the other day, like I'm like talking to somebody, I'm trying to be real. Like, nobody like being real. I think I made an episode about that. Watch Britt Says the podcast. Go binge. If this is the episode you just happen to fall into, go binge. But people don't want to see the positive in a negative situation. They don't. So like a lot of times we don't want to see the positive. We want to keep everything negative. People, and that falls into not wanting to hear the truth. Like it is what it is. I think is it easy to be grateful? I'm easily grateful. So I love being grateful for things. Visualizing your goals. The reason why I was saying that's a different topic because actually my cousin introduced me to something where, and I learned this too, you know, it's called oh my gosh, I forgot. Visual memory. I forgot. Visual imagery in psychology. And some people cannot visualize things. Like they always see things black or whatever. But that's a different topic. I'm not going to get too in depth with that. But yeah, visualize your goals. Look for positives in a situation. Like I said, you know, it's not always easy. And yeah, use positive affirmations like I can do this. Never say I can't do it. I'm really good with that because I don't like saying I can't do things because then it won't get done. And I don't like that. I don't want to be bothered with that. You know what I'm saying? I want to get it done. So yes, the law of attraction. I really enjoyed this episode actually. We talked about so many things between the chemical Samuels and the influence of the law of attraction and then talking about hair and it was just a lot. But yes, I am so happy you guys listen. If you made it this far into the video or this far into the episode you're streaming, I mean, you definitely should leave 5 stars, leave a review, share, tell a friend or family member, definitely subscribe. Follow me on Instagram _Brittstagram. I am so happy you came here today. So yes, definitely do all those things. Follow me on social handles. Leave a like, leave a comment. I love comments every so often. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode and I will see you guys when next week. Bye.